For whoever's taking minutes, you can put me down for a motion.
Abby, can you put Charmel down for motion to adjourn the shareholders? Sorry about that. Okay, so we looking for a motion to,
Madam Vice Chair and members of the council, I would make that motion to show interest in the granting up to 10 acres of tribal land on tribal tract T XXXX. And make this a priority for SK Gaming for the project, yes.
okay, Polson West project. Okay, motion by Lynn, second by James. All those in favor? It's unanimous. Motion carries. Was there one other one that we were looking to get when we come out? I thought I wrote it down, but.
Well, Brian, you had mentioned sort of a work committee for sports betting compact.
Yes, Troy, I believe that would help facilitate it. It could bring in all the parties, all the shareholders in it, and stakeholders anyways, and really help us focus.
I don't know if you would make specific action on that, but if the council would like to choose a number of all of you or some of you to be involved with putting a committee together that we can start creating language for a compact proposal with the state for sports betting.
Okay, Carol's got a question. Oh, Carol's volunteering to be part of that.
Welcome aboard, Carol. I think that's all we had, Brian, correct?
The other thing, I don't know if we want to work with Rick in looking into that CD that might be needed to
Work with Eagle Bank.
Yeah, to work with Eagle Bank. I don't know if that's something we need action on.
Madam Chair, no, we don't need action at this time. We have done some analysis, and we can present that when it gets a little bit closer to financing time.
Okay. I think that's all we have, Brian.
Yeah, that would summarize what we have. Thank you guys for your time. I know we ran over, but I think the dialogue was great, and
Yeah, absolutely.
Carol has a
Just wanted to congratulate you on your marriage.
Thank you very much, Carol.
Yep, you're welcome. Okay, well, thank you guys and have a great day, and we look forward to further updates and anything else that the council or legal department can help you along with.
Open.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, Francine. Thank you, Susie. Jordan.
Thank you for your time too.
Okay, Rick. We got a personnel discussion. Do we need to go into executive, or does anyone need a break before we go into this?
Happy to accommodate a break.
Okay, we'll take a 5-minute break. Where did we lose Martin at? Okay. We're ready to go, Rick. Do we need to go in executive?
Thanks, Madam Chair. Not yet. I have actually a couple miscellaneous things. The first is in your email, and I'm not sure, Jen, did you also put it in their drive? Is the updated resolution for the economic relief payments that was discussed with council this morning. There are a couple of tweaks. Yes, it is. What I'm looking for, Martin, is the fourth to last paragraph. Yep, that one. So this is the paragraph that was added to address the request from the motion this morning. And I'll just read it briefly. Be it further resolved that new, or I guess we could potentially say newly enrolled members who appear on the May 31st, 2022 enrollment calculation that were not members at the time of the date that was used for the January payment shall receive the entire $2,000. So that essentially, that language picks up any additions to the rolls between the first and second payment, and unless there would be a death or disenrollment from some other reason, the membership would be receiving the full $2,000. So hopefully that addresses the concerns, and if so, we can, I guess there was already a motion and a second, and
Yeah, it was approved with the addition.
okay, so I guess if there's no questions, then we can make sure this gets to Abby to get routed for approval.
All right. Okay. Go ahead, Lynn.
So do we know exactly when in January this will go out?
We are shooting for the 20th.
Okay.
The language says to be dispersed on or after January 20th, 2022. And that same language is used for the June payment as well. The early part of January with closeout and stuff is, and elders payments, we didn't want to have an administrative burden that would cause undue issues, but still have it in January. So,
All right, thanks, Rick.
okay, thank you. My next issue is actually one that I'm carrying the torch for Shelley. The senior center in Ronan, there's a request from a tribal member to have a yard sale, and they are asking for approval because outside parties have aren't renting to outside parties through the senior center due to COVID and the cleaning and maintaining restrictions and things. And so this request was denied by the DHRD staff, And the chairwoman asked that it be brought to council for yea or nay.
Go ahead, Sharma.
Thank you, Rick. Is there any anticipation of continued use or lift of those restrictions for the use of those centers? And secondly, what is I guess the type of use, or is there a cleaning that will happen that could satisfy the needs of the program? Thank you.
Yes, the answer to the first question of kind of when do we get back to normal is I don't have a really good answer for that, particularly in the areas that serve elderly populations. They're using them for meals and things, but the exposure beyond that is something that they're not comfortable with, but is being evaluated because there's inconsistency between programs. Some facilities are available and some aren't, and it appears to be not communicated well, or at least confusing to the membership and those who want to rent. I don't know exactly what that'll look like in terms of a recommendation to council if that's necessary. But as of right now, the senior centers are not being rented to outside parties.
So is that the reason, because of policy, that this individual was turned down and asked that you bring it in?
Yes, and so this would be a policy waiver. And I apologize, I don't have a significant amount of background on this. I know that one of the challenges with COVID has been the cleaning aspect, not just in terms of COVID cleaning, but also we've had a lot of vandalism, some pretty significant vandalism in situations like this in the last 2 years. And so with all of those things combined, I think the internal policy has been set not to. This would require basically council direction.
Go ahead, Martin.
I think we should just stick with the department recommendation. We just need to be safe. Thank you.
Thanks, Martin. Mike?
Hey, Madam Chair. I'm just wondering if we could somehow finance a team to support them and go in and maybe be security during events and cleanup crew after them. I don't know if we got COVID monies that might do something like that.
Go ahead, Chairman.
I guess that's what I'm wondering, is if there's another avenue for management of that. I didn't know if it was, I forgot about all the vandalism and the loss that they had in a couple of those locations, and people, going in and breaking in and using it. So I'd forgotten about that, but I didn't know if there was a way to, like, if they're going in once a week for meals, if they could fog before they go in and just have it partially opened up that way. But yeah, I don't mind following department recommendations. I just didn't know if those might change by some other methods.
Go ahead, Mike.
Definitely supportive of following the department regulations unless we can find some way to support them.
How does the rest of council feel? Go with department recommendations? Go with the department recommendation, Rick.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And we will look into the options for that. That is one of the items on Lisa's list, but it admittedly, when I gave it to her, it was low on the list. We can bump it up a little bit. Thank you. The next issue that I have is the personnel issue, and at least for the initial part of the discussion, I would like executive.
Okay. Go out of